And here we are, Americans feeling more confident about the economy. Gas prices have fallen, and we're getting a better picture of what federal agencies and bureaucracies could be looking like and reformed under the new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Well, joining us right now to discuss some of the economic headlines coming out this week, former White House economic advisor Steve Moore. Good morning to you, sir. Good to see you.
Good morning, Jan. And by the way, I'm so excited about what you were just talking about this Elon. Can you think of two better people than Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to find the waste in our federal budget? And I think they could possibly eliminate hundreds of billions of dollars of duplication and fraud and inefficiency. And who could be against that?
Well, what agency do you suspect at this point it will have the biggest target, do you think?
Well, everyone. I mean, look, I'm for a strong defense. I know you are. I know most of the people listen to the show want a strong and beefy military, but the Pentagon is one of the biggest bureaucracies in the world. And a lot of those people have been there. We don't even know what they do. They should probably be, those positions should be eliminated. What about the fact that we have programs that date back to World War I, Jan? And again, nobody even knows what these programs do. So we need to have a cleansing out and make sure that we've got only 8% of federal employees today are showing up 40 hours on the job. I mean, those are the kind of things that are ripping off taxpayers.
Right. Did you see the report that they failed another audit? They've been.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Did you see the reports that they have also failed another audit? The Department of Defense. They've been audited.
Oh, failed the audit. Right.
Yes, they've been failing it consistently since it began. I believe in 2018.
That's right, Jan. And by the way, it's not just the Pentagon. It's most of the federal agencies either have not been audited or can't pass the audit. And then you've got this problem we've talked about on your show many times about the government. One of the auditing commissions of the federal government has found hundreds of billions, not millions, of fraudulent payments in food stamps and Medicaid and Medicare, all these programs. I'm not talking about cutting benefits for the people who deserve and have earned those benefits. I'm talking about fraudsters, many of whom don't even live in the United States, and they're getting checks in the mail.
That was a huge problem during COVID, as we know, where right now there's still billions of dollars still unaccounted for. Meantime, Americans feeling a little more confident that Trump can turn the economy around. The Morning Consult, I'm sure you saw this, consumer sentiment turned positive last week for the first time since June of 2021. And I want to show the chart that you posted by economists who really broke down the difference under President Biden versus what we saw with the first Trump term. Explain what we're seeing right here.
Well, this is the one on what's happened to incomes for Americans. And you can see those green pillars show that it went negative under Biden. And that's one of the reasons I think people were in an angry mood when they went to the voting booths just a couple of weeks ago. People were, especially lower income people, Jan, were poorer than they had been 4 years before. And that's why I think one of Donald Trump's strongest closing arguments is, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? And unfortunately, for many Americans, the answer was no.
Energy is going to be a huge issue, as we know. It always is. Europe paid 166% more for energy last year than it would have using conventional energy sources. What lessons can we learn, Steve, from Europe's mistakes?
Well, Europe tried to go with green energy. And look, I'm not against green energy, but it has to be cost efficient. And they went all in on windmills and solar power, and their energy costs just soared way above the costs of other countries, including the United States. And that's really hurt their economy. And I guess the point I was making in that article is, let's not repeat that mistake that Europe has made. I am very excited about Chris Wright. Jan, he will be the new energy secretary. He knows that industry as well as anyone that I can think of. I think we're going to see. Gas prices start to fall as the United States produces more oil and gas and coal, everything we got. What about nuclear power, Jan? They're reopening 3 Mile Island plant. I mean, I think we should use everything we've got, and then we don't have to send all this money to Russia, to Iran, to China, other countries that are on our enemies list.
But this has always been the problem, right? With alternative energy, the most current technology and infrastructure cannot sustain the energy levels necessary. Of course, we should be good stewards to the earth, but we just don't have the technology and infrastructure yet. So in the meantime, let's fix this problem so we're not reliant on other countries, right?
And one last point, if I may. The electric vehicle industry was doing very well until Biden came in. Then they started mandating or requiring everybody to buy cars. They were required, and I think if that the best thing that has happened to the electric vehicle industry is to get Trump in, and Trump is not going to subsidize them. He's say, sink or swim, make your own cars. We're not going to force people to buy them. And you know what? I think you're going to see more. We have a hybrid, my wife and I. We love it. So let's let the free market work. Yeah. What a concept.
Former White House Economic Advisor Steve Moore. Happy Thanksgiving. I won't see you next week, so hope you have a good one.
I won't see you next Wednesday? No. You're not taking off, are you?
I am. I hope you enjoy it. All right?
Okay, you too. Take care.